That guy looks like he's having a good day at work. Driving a delivery van and he's got the window down, just singing. Just singing. I ain't a singer, by the way, but don't ask me to. I ain't gonna do it. I hum sometimes, though. I have sung a little bit, though, but it was just kind of like, it wasn't a song, it wasn't repeating stuff, it was just, well, actually, no, that's not true. I did sing one song once. When I was tree planting, I sung Arlo Guthrie. It was called Alice's Restaurant. I used to know the whole lyrics to that song. And then aside from that song, I sang a song, it was, I don't even remember the lyrics to it either. It was, I'm not sure where it came from. It was just a short little sweet song that was something I used to sing to my daughter when she was just a baby. I should have recorded it. I should have made a video. Whew. Oh, it's nice to see the sunshine. Holy smokes. Just about to go see my daughter, and then I'm not sure if I'm gonna drive back up to Squamish after this. It's been kind of relaxing to me up there, so I'm gonna say kind of why I'm being drawn or pulled into that area right now, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I can move, and like I can basically drive somewhere and stay there. And so I've been kind of just keeping myself in those two areas. And if I do make a road trip, which I did make one in November, I didn't really go into any shops or anything like that. I filled up at some gas stations. Well, that's not true. There was one restaurant that I did stop at. It was I stopped at a restaurant with a friend. We had a poutine, which is basically, if you don't know what a poutine is, it's not good for you. It tastes delicious, but it's not good for you. Basically, it's a bowl of French fries, and it's got a bunch of cheese curds on it, and it's doused in gravy. And essentially, that's a poutine. I used to eat that as a kid. I grew up in sort of the Ottawa Valley in Quebec a little bit, and that was there's a little chip truck that I used to go to with my dad, and we'd get a poutine. That was always a fun thing to do. So every now and then I get a poutine because it's sort of reminiscent of those times, I guess. Anyway, yeah, that was the only time I got out and went into a place. Was a place called the Sugar Shack, and I had a poutine. Gotta find a parking spot. But the rest of it just kept to myself. I went and did a hunting trip up in sort of middle of British Columbia. That was it. I got some footage of it. I haven't gone through it yet, so I don't know if I'll be making a video out of it or not. It was one of those trips where I should have taken some footage because it was just beautiful. I'd never hunted in a place like that before, and it was amazing. Saw a lot of deer, and got a grouse. That was the only thing I actually got on that trip. There we go. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm gonna probably skip over that. concept of trying to parallel park on this. It's got these leaf garbage things kind of in the way. Yard waste or something. Okay. Shoot, I don't have that chair. Oh, it's okay, we can go for a nice walk around here, I guess. Sorry, I'm just mumbling to myself. Okay. Basically, I'm just a block away from where my daughter is, and yeah, it was a super nice trip. I didn't really take footage on this trip because I'd been using my camera a lot at this point, and I needed to really relax. I was kind of strung out, burnt out, and all those sort of thing, and this was a way for me to just kind of like go out there and get a little solitude and do some reflecting and appreciate somewhere different and just not do anything. So I didn't really film that much, but I got a little bit of footage from it, and it was very restorative trip. Like, it was spiritually restorative. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how I got on that subject. Anyway, I guess I lost where I was going with that. So anyway, I'm gonna meet up here with my daughter soon. We're gonna play around. I just realized I didn't pick up the child seat for her, so, which kind of sucks because it's a nice day. I think what we'll do is we'll walk down to the beach from here instead, because that's better than walking over to the park. I don't actually keep the kid seat in my van very much. I just typically what I do is I keep it in my storage locker, and if I'm up in Squamish and then I drive back down to here, I just grab it and bring it down with me. Lately I've been leaving it at the yoga studio downtown, and I was just there and I just forgot it. So all that means is we won't be driving anywhere together. We'll just walk down to the beach, and that'll be fun. Man, it's nice out. It's like, okay, it's January here, and it's starting to sound a little bit like spring, which is awesome. I heard a few birds singing, and I was like, oh, it sort of sounds like springtime. Springtime songs from birds. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Oh, it's been so rainy and wet and kind of cold out here that it's gonna be exciting for spring to come around. Don't get me wrong. The weather out in Vancouver, British Columbia is really mild compared to the rest of Canada. It rains out here more than it snows in the wintertime, and it rains a lot. That's not for everybody. A lot of people really hate it. That being said, the air is very wet. There's a lot of condensation, or not condensation, humidity in the air. So that does make it rather tricky to keep condensation and manage that inside the van on the West Coast. Yeah, I mean, it's different. I live in it. This is where I started my van life, so I don't really know any different, but I know some people that don't have insulation in their van, and they live in a different part of the country, or they live down in the US, and they don't really run into the same circumstances. They have a totally different environment that they're in, and different problems and different challenges. So it really does depend on where you're at and what the climate's all about. And right now, I'm dealing with a little bit of moisture stuff, and I gotta figure it out. I've been chatting with a friend of mine, Chrome, about it. So the main thing I've run into is there's a little bit of moisture underneath my mattress. And I think all that is it's at nighttime I'm sweating a little bit, or my body is rather just breathing, and there's moisture coming out of my pores, particularly out of my midsection, maybe around my neck, but my head's on a pillow, but around my midsection. And I think what that moisture is doing is it's going into the mattress, and it's going through it, and it's condensing onto the plywood that it's on. So the piano hinges under there starting to rust a little bit. It's got a little bit of a funk to it. It's not moldy, it's just kind of, it just kind of smells like body smells. I only get a whiff of it every now and then, but anyway, my thinking on that is I'm gonna maybe try and clean the wood and get that smell out of there. If I can't do that, I'm just gonna replace it all when I replace the mattress, which will be sometime in the spring. And Chrome and I were doing a little bit of research, and he's found, well, rather he found this, I didn't. He was telling me about it, and it seems perfect. But it's this type of material that you can put down. It's meant for boats and marine applications for this very thing. You put it down and underneath your mattress, and it allows like breathing space. It's kind of like a big Scotch-Brite pad. And I don't know, they're all over the internet, so I guess they've established themselves in the marine industry, so they got to be somewhat functional, because the marine industry really critiques everything quite highly. So and they usually build stuff to be very good, because it's harsh conditions in marine environments, harsh conditions in van life. So I think what happens is, like, I turn my heater off at night, and the inside of the van gets cold, and I think that plywood gets cold, and that's what's happening. So I might try running the heater more full time, but then I'm using more fuel. I don't know, we'll see. Play around with it, but I like the idea of that sleeping pad. So I didn't expect to get into this, but there you go. Yeah, it's nice out. I can't wait to go for a walk with my girl. Things are going to be changing here with these, my ability to see her on a regular basis here soon. Her mom in our relationship, and this is a whole story that I've been really shy about talking about on camera, but you know, we're no longer together, so, and that was really difficult. That was really hard place to arrive at. I'm not going to talk about it just yet. I kind of wish I was back in school a little bit. I was taking this really good counseling program last year, and it was a financial stretch to be doing it, but I was making money. I had a job, and I was kind of squeezing it in there because I wanted to do something different, and I thought counseling would be a really great like thing to add to my resume. Not to say that I wanted to be a counselor. There was part of me that also wanted to be a coach, and work on the creative side as opposed to the, you know, the soothing therapeutic side. I just felt like to be a really awesome coach, it'd be really great if you could also be a counselor too. So that way, if you're working with a client or something like that, you could also help them out on the level where they might get hung up on stuff. And of course, I also wanted to work on my own stuff and try to get unhung from that. So that was a big motivation to go to that school. But first year was amazing, and COVID, actually, the whole pandemic started in the middle of the year, so the whole class had to transition onto online, which was it wasn't too bad, but was kind of disheartening because you're used to hanging out with all these people and you got really close to and really intimate too. We had 30 people in the class just about. And then all of a sudden, we're just little faces on computer screens. And anyway, I didn't carry on with it because they had to restructure the program, adjust the tuition fees for the following year. It got a bit more expensive, and the requirements got a little bit well, there's a little bit more requirements. They had to make some adjustments to the whole format of it, and just because of the way things were going at work, I knew it wasn't a good idea to sign up for the second year. And I'm glad I did, because I had a really hard time making the rest of the payments out for the first year. I just finished that at the end of, in November. I had my last payment. Which was like, yeah, I wish that ended like 2 months before then. But there would have been no way for me to be doing it this year financially. It's just not possible. I might do it again in the future though, just because it would be cool to have. And right now I actually want to do this more than counseling or coaching or any of that sort of thing. But it'd be cool to bring some of that into this channel a little bit and share some of that. I'm sure I could find a way to weave it in really nice. Just a roadside chat. Okay, guys. I'm gonna leave off for now, and I'm not sure, but not sure if I'll catch up with you soon, or if this is gonna be the end of the video. But if it is the end of the video, I'm not sure if it is or not. If it is, I should probably say thanks for watching. No, it was cool to hang out. And thanks for watching, guys. And I am glad you guys are here. It is, it's really quite warming for me to see this. In a way, just to briefly talk about it, it's very healing for me. There's my phone. I'm gonna have to come back to this, but it's really healing for me. Hello. Okay.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel